Welcome back to Stoicism and Zombies. It's me, Sergeant Steve, and we are on part three. Part three already. So we are here in the Barn of Death. Actually, it's not really the Barn of Death anymore. Now it's our base. I was thinking maybe I would call it the Barn Base or the Base Barn. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Which one is better? I'm taking some stuff off the griddle here. Turn that thing off. That way I'm not wasting any wood. I've got some water. I've got some meat. So today, it's not all fun and adventure when you're trying to survive the zombie apocalypse. Sometimes you gotta clean up your base barn. Sometimes you have to grind, get some materials, do all the boring things that help you survive. So right now, I'm just gonna clean a couple things up real quick and do a couple housekeeping things. But that's good because during boring times we can always talk about philosophy. We could talk about stoicism, and that's probably what I'll do. So I had a different experience this week. A lot of times I'm thinking about philosophy, even when I'm just driving around, even when I'm out for my daily jog. I'm always thinking about philosophy. Oh, by the way, these piles of fertilizer, if you dig them, you'll get nitrate powder. Just in case you ever play this game. Obviously, if you break down barrels or pallets, you'll get wood out of them. So I'm out on my daily jog and I'm running along this dirt road that I like to use. Here in Florida, it's really hot, it's really sunny. So if I can get some shade, I do. No sense in running in the direct sunlight. I am not trying to get immune to the sunlight. I already do that quite a bit. I'm already out in the sun quite a bit. I don't need to burn myself. What I'm going to do right here is I'm going to turn off the boundary marker on the land claim block. I think you all know that we're in the big red barn now. You don't need that big green thing all the way around it all the time. So I'm out for my run and I'm thinking about stoicism and thinking about life. And I have lots of things on my mind: work, my uh, relationship, finances, family matters, all sorts of stuff. And all this is just kind of running through my head as it does. And I'm sure you all do this too while you're out walking, driving, living your life. You just have so many different concerns going through your head. And I was thinking, one part of Stoicism is mindfulness or trying to be in the moment. And I started looking around and I noticed a lot of flowers. It's summertime, it's late June already, and the flowers are starting to bloom. They're all coming up. And I was thinking, oh, you know what? I ought to get some cool points with my wife. I'll take a picture of the flower. I'll tell her that it's pretty and it reminded me of her. That's something I try to do. I suck up to my wife constantly. I love that woman, but I want to let her know that I'm thinking about her because she doesn't always know that I'm having a good thought or that, uh, where my heart is all the time. And being a stoic guy, I try to be vocal about these things. I know that people don't always know what's going on in my head. So I try to tell her and I try to show her in a bunch of little ways. So I'm taking a picture of these flowers and I'm doing my best iPhone photographer skills. And I send her a little message. Hey, I saw these, thought of you. You're pretty beautiful. Just like these flowers, something corny like that. And I know it's corny, guys. So I get back on the road, keep jogging, and I'm running. And I'm like, Steve, you know what? You're an idiot, man. Those aren't flowers. I mean, they are flowers, but they're weeds. You're taking pictures of weeds and sending it to your wife, talking about it reminds you of her. Like she might get offended by that. And I do stupid things like that. Sometimes I don't always think things all the way through. And so she took it as intended. It was fine. But I was thinking, you know what? The weeds tricked me. Sometimes something that looks pretty is a weed. And I started thinking about it a little more, and I've been having some leadership stuff on my mind. And I was like, you know what? A lot of people are like that too. They usually the weeds, the ones that are most useless, they spend a lot of time and energy trying to look like something that they're not, trying to look attractive. They say and do things constantly that would lead a person to believe that they have some kind of value. I'm going to hold that thought. Let me try to break into this police car real quick. That cop, I'm sure, would want me to have what's ever in there. I'm sure. Oh, oh, jumper. Oh, I hate these jumper guys. All right, got him. Let's see if we get in this police car. See if a fellow officer left us any. Oh man, I'm breaking my lock picks left and right here. Come on, pick that lock. Come on, you can do it. Lock picking this game is rough. Oh, I got in. Nice. All right, all right. Stone spear. I already have that. Some shotgun shells, some 9mm ammo. All right, that's a little haul. That might come in handy. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. If nothing else, I can make a pipe pistol later and use that 9mm ammo. So what was I saying? The people who seem to spend the most time trying to convince you that they're a flower are actually a weed, right? They're not actually that useful. If you ever look at a potato plant growing or some corn or any other vegetable, really, anything that's useful, it doesn't spend a lot of its resources trying to make the most beautiful flower. It's growing something. It's doing something useful. It has a purpose. So I don't know. I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about like, hey, don't get fooled by the weeds. Don't fall into that trap of thinking just because something looks visually appealing that it's automatically useful. Because sometimes it is just a weed, and sometimes a lot of the things that aren't necessarily the most attractive, you got to think you become what you give your attention to. If you're spending all your time trying to look good, how much time are you really trying to be good? Probably not as much. If you're just nose to the grindstone steadily trying to do your best, be useful, have a purpose, you don't have a lot of time to go around convincing the world that you are something more than what you are. Anyways, just a thought I had. So we're on a quest right now, and it's a buried supplies quest. Now, I don't necessarily like these digging quests early in the game when I only have a stone shovel, and you'll see why here when we get up here. It's usually gonna take a minute to get down there and find what we need. I'll do a little scavenging here. All right, got some clay. Uh, I'm leaving the lead for now. I can't even make bullets yet. I don't have any real reason to make bullets yet. We'll save that for later on. This game is actually pretty beautiful. If you look at the moon in the sky, you look at some of the how the sky looks. It's really you got some good vistas here. You notice we just went by that. I got a little distracted. We went by that sunken building, that flooded building where I got my butt kicked in the very first episode, the very first few minutes of the first episode. I have little PTSD from that place. So we're just working our way, and here's the marker. All right. So let's start the quest. And it's right here on the edge of the road. So I guess there's nothing to do but just start digging. And yeah, so if I take a little bit, very rarely do I dig like straight down and there it is, boom, I picked the right spot right on top of it. So we'll see. We'll see if I get lucky here, but I doubt it. So let's talk a little philosophy here. Digging a hole. Sometimes we do that in life too. Started doing something and we get deeper and we get deeper and we get deeper and we're throwing more good after bad, doing more and more digging. And it seems like, at some point we're digging this hole and we start thinking like, man, I wish I had never started digging this hole. I wish I was just back up where I started, but I've already come this far. There's an old singing cowboy named Will Rogers back in the heyday of Hollywood movies where they used to make westerns and stuff. And he was famously a really nice guy. One thing he said is like, I never met a person I didn't like. He just liked everybody. But he had another really good saying too. He said, if you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. It's the best advice, and I try to heed that advice all the time. I share that advice probably at least once a week because I know a lot of people who get into these situations. They dig and dig and dig, and they feel like that once they've decided on some course of action, that's what they have to do forever. There's this idea of consistency. You'll hear a lot of command staff people talk about, we're consistent, we're consistent. They preach this consistency. Well, consistency is stupidity if what you're doing doesn't make any sense, right? Sometimes the most consistent people are the most cowardly people because it does take courage to say, you know what, I've dug myself into a hole and I'm going to stop digging now. Or I had some ideas before and I went with those ideas and I took some course of action, but you know what? That was wrong. In hindsight, that doesn't make any sense. I need to stop. I need to turn around. I need to call that a loss and get back on track and do something that makes a little more sense. When you're in a hole, stop digging. I wish I could stop digging this hole. I, I wish this treasure would appear so that I could find this stuff and complete this mission. So usually this game, whenever there's a buried supply cache or a buried treasure or something, usually you're going to find it about 3 blocks deep, just above the rock. So you'll notice in this game, there's uh, dirt, and that's about 3 high. And then underneath the dirt is rock. And down in the rock, you will find resources. Sometimes you'll hit a vein of iron. Sometimes you'll hit coal or lead or other types of things. But most of it's just rock. And it goes really deep. It goes, I don't know, like 100 something deep until you hit the bedrock or essentially as low as you can possibly go. But right now, because I only have stone tools, it would take forever to try to chip through that stuff. And what I'm trying to do here is I kind of plan ahead a little bit and see where this ring is. Because you noticed as I dig, it starts to sink. Ah, hey, I found it. There it is. So it starts to get smaller as you dig. I'm gonna go ahead and build some building blocks right now because I'm gonna nerd pull out of here the second I draw this. Because usually the zombies come the second you open it up. So I got a cooking book, I got some food, I got some water. Not the best buried supply cache I've ever found. But there, I'm nerd pulling up out of here because the zombies will come. Here they come. They know when you find that treasure and they're gonna come get it. Oh, there's a few of them. Look, oh, more than a few. All right. At least I'm getting pretty proficient with a spear. So that's one thing I don't like. When you hit them, sometimes they fall forward. I feel like that's a glitch in the game. It's see them stumble forward instead of stumbling backwards. I guess it makes it more challenging, and I shouldn't complain. All right, here's another dude. Yeah, he's not down yet. There we go. He's down. All right. So now I just need to make my way back to the trader, turn this quest in. So that's good. I really didn't want to pull that quest. I basically had a lack of options. It was either take something over a kilometer away or take one of these buried treasure quests. Either way, it was going to be a time suck, but hey, I stuck to it. I got focused and I got it done. And now at least we have a base barn to go back to. So just in case I start running low of resources, you can see my hunger is really starting to go down. So I'm going to be on the lookout for some food, or I need to go back and cook some more. Maybe I need to do some hunting, that sort of thing. So, all right. Yeah, sometimes those shopping carts have some good loot in them. Sometimes they're completely empty. But it hadn't been a bad day for looting so far. I'm really happy that I was able to get into that police car. I Unfortunately, there was no shotgun in there. Really, I would like to find a shotgun. I'd like to find an assault rifle. Even a standard 9mm pistol would be better than what I've got right now. Because right now I've just got the spear, I've got the pipe machine gun, but it's good in a pinch, but it's really not the best weapon at all. All right, so we've made it to the trader. We'll get over here, work our way through the compound, and I will turn this quest in. So part of the reason why I have the sound turned off on the game, so and you don't hear all the sound effects, is because of this guy. This guy's name's Reft, and he is very profane. Not for the kids to play. He curses constantly. Very annoying. Um, what do I want here? I think I'll go with the crafting skill magazine bundle, and let's see what he has up for sale. It looks like restock day is day number 4, so not too long, and he'll get some new gear. I'll have some new options, different things I can buy. I might just save my money until then. So I've got a little less than 400 there. I made about 30-40 bucks on selling that old cash. I'm not going to be able to buy anything good with the small amount of money I have, though. But like the Spear Hunter book might be good. Does he have any good tools? Nothing I can really afford. I'll need some ammo later on. As we progress, we'll go on the hunt for ammo. Make sure we have lots of ammo for Horde Night. But right now I can pick. All right. Okay, cool. This will be a good one. I can go to the caverns and clear that out. So let's see what's in this vending machine. Anything I need? All right. Just buying some random canned foods. Uh, that hunger is really starting to get bad, and I need to get on top of that. So I'll eat this, try to refuel a little bit. I like to try to eat whether when I'm inside the trader or when I'm in the barn. That way I don't have to worry about zombies attacking me while I got a mouthful of food. And all right, got it all down. That'll that'll help with the hunger. At least I'm not going to starve to death here. Read this book, Sharp Sticks book. All right, Stone Spear Quality 3 is now a possibility for me. Got the Rifle World book. All right, Pipe Rifle Quality 3. I probably won't make one of those. It's usually a waste. Claw Hammer Quality 1. All right, that might be good. That'll help me build and craft a little quicker. So let's go ahead and build a better spear real quick. Make sure I take my grip and my blue dye out of the old one before I scrap that, and then put it into the new one. And complete. Okay, now I have a slightly better spear, and I will take any advantage I can get here. And let's get rid of that old one. All right, that's progression. Work our way up the progression chain, get better and better weapons, better and better armor. More food, hopefully, soon. I just took over a farm, so you would think that wouldn't be too much of a problem. I need to start farming and hunting for animals. Just get those food supplies up. There's a lot of recipes I'll be able to start making soon. And oh, there's a boar. I did see that one before. All right. Oh, he got me through the fence. These boars are something else. Got him. And I'm affected. All right. Um, what I'll need to do is skin the. Oh, all right. It's another boar. So let's see if I can get some sneak damage on this one. Yeah, I got the sneak bonus. Oh man, he is taking pieces out of me too. All right, but that's 2 boars down. So, no, I can't get in that way. What I need to do is get a knife and skin those boars, and then I'll have some meat and I can cook some more recipes. So let's go up here and see what I've got available. Parkour my way up to where my stuff is. Yeah, that's, if a clumsy person tried to come steal my stuff, they would probably fall and break their neck. All right, got some food. I need to eat that. The food is getting pretty low. And then start working on my health here. I'll see. Put some of this away. Don't need it right now. What would I have over here? All right. With the bones, I can make a bone knife and I can put away some of this stuff I'm not using at the moment. Yeah, mainly I want to craft that bone knife once I put away. It's a shame I can't use any ammo right now, other than the 7.62 ammo. But all right, there we go. Got a bone knife. And bone knife is best for skinning things, but it can be used as a weapon. Put that torch up there. That was an early challenge. So that reminded me to check my challenges. Yeah, look, I completed a couple of them without even trying. Placing a campfire, did that. Bought some items from the trader. And those are good for experience. So more experience, more skills, the longer I live. So I'll get down here and skin these boars out and get a little more food. So yeah, the boars attacked me and it was a battle and I got infected and have a broken leg right now, uh, but yeah, at least that led to me having some meat and you can see my meat supply going up. Yep, getting bones, getting skin, getting meat. These boars, they had a lot on them, so it's all going to be real useful to me. Right tool for the job. That's what I always say. Getting that animal fat, that's part of a lot of recipes, a lot of different crafting items. You need that animal fat. So, all right, good. That chore is done. Got the meat. Let's get back up here and parkour across. All right, put that over. Good amount of meat now. Good amount of meat stack. Good amount of leather. Um, got that print with a bow. Still, what do I have on the cooker? All right, good. I got some water. I got some grilled meat. Eat that right away. My hydration, not too bad. All right, let's throw some steaks on the grill and yeah, probably not can't do a whole lot with them right now, but eventually I can make quite a few recipes. But right now I can just eat some steaks and that'll tide me over until I become a better chef. And let's go ahead and put this meat right back up so I don't lose it. All right, be very careful. There we go. All right. So I think what I'm gonna do is start working my way towards over this next quest, and this is the caverns. Once I go into the caverns, I'll get some more experience. I'll get paid for complete. Oh, bag. Oh, snake. Get a snake, Steve. Come on, buddy. Get it. Nice shot. Nice shot. What's in the bag? All right. I could use some bandages. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and use that right now. There we go. All right. Looking for anything that might help me at this point. I am basically running around in caveman clothing with a spear right now. And the more I can get, the better I'll be doing. So it's not bad. It's only day two. I've got 5 days to go till horde night. When that horde comes, I want to be prepared. I definitely want to have better gear by then. I want to have that barn fortified, set up, and I don't want to get completely overrun by these zombies due to lack of preparation. Oh, this guy's guarding the mine. All right, and he's down. So let's make this a shorter episode. We talked a little stoicism, we played a little zombies. We'll end it right there. In the next episode, we'll get into um, going down into this cavern and seeing what we find inside. So, yep, that guy was the guardian of the cavern. And next episode, we'll talk more stoicism. We will kill some more zombies. We'll go explore this cavern and see what we see. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Hope you enjoyed Stoicism and Zombies Part 3. I'll get Part 4 out later this week.